Hello, my name is Shannon. I do Oracle tarot card readings. I'm a Reiki master. I'm a pure bioenergy practitioner. I'm a death doula. I do breath work, meditation, right? So the card I pulled the other day, I'm going to show it to you, and I wanted to elaborate on it. Inanna, the queen of heaven and earth, I have nothing to hide, and I see and accept all that I am. So I want to tell you just a little story behind what this card means. So the story behind Inanna, this queen, is when she passed, she wanted to be reunited with her twin sister in heaven. So she had to pass these 7 gates. The 7 gates, each gate that she had to pass, she had to take off an article of clothing. By the time she got to her twin sister, she was completely naked. And actually her twin sister was her twin sister self. So, meaning the articles of clothing are your ego, stripping away your everything, the masks that you wear, and your ego to get to true self. So heaven and earth, this queen combines both the light in you and the shadow side of you as well, to be completely vulnerable. To combine those two and accept the shadow parts of yourself, you are completely vulnerable and you are your true, authentic self. So I'm going to give you a little story about myself. I grew up extremely shy, like scared of my own shadow, extreme introvert. When we used to go to McDonald's as kids, I couldn't even tell the cashier what I wanted. I had to whisper to my 2 older sisters for them to tell what my order was. I was just so shy. I was hard to make friends. Anyway, combine that with an abusive household. My mom was really, really abusive. And so she would choke me. She would kick me in the face. She would break wooden spoons over my body, beat us with curling irons, kick you in the stomach, slap you as hard as she could across your face if you ever spoke up. And so I was scared as a child. I would hide in my room with my cat, and that was my only safe spot. So going home, I never knew walking in the door if I was going to get slapped across the face, kicked in the stomach, or had a sandwich made for me. So you become hyper vigilant as a child. You learn how to read people without them saying one word. So I learned to read body language, feel energy, get a sense of the person and how they're feeling and how they're going to react to my walking through the door before one word is said. So instead of being a victim and saying, why did I have this childhood and have this mom and this dad, I'm using it, I'm alchemizing that into my superpower. So as an energy healer now, I can feel energy, I can read energy, I can size people up in 2 seconds. Knowing your intentions, knowing what you're gonna say next. I'm hyper vigilant because of my childhood, but it helps me to be a healer. And so I use it, I alchemize that as my strength now, is my superpower. And I always hated that about me. I always hated being so shy. I would watch my two older sisters just make friends. We moved around a lot. And as soon as I made one friend, it'd be time to move again. And I would just cry. I would cry in my room, and my only friend really was my cat. And I know it sounds really sad, but when you're born that much of an introvert and you're so shy, you pretty much hate yourself because you're lonely and you don't want to be lonely, but you don't know how to reach out to people, and crowds are uncomfortable. Too much energy is uncomfortable. But now I understand why I'm like that and how do I utilize it into a positive. And so being an energy healer, I'm grateful for all those lessons because it makes me a better healer. And I never want people to feel like the hurt that I felt growing up. It urges me to heal them. So it's part of who I am, and I wouldn't want it any other way. So the point in telling you this is embracing your dark shadow self can actually be your superpower. So embrace those parts that you don't like and just own them and just say, this is me and this is what makes me unique and beautiful, and embrace it. So that becomes your authentic self, and being vulnerable like that will, being in that state is more powerful than anything else. So let me know in the comments on what your superpower is that you hated about yourself and now you absolutely cherish.